Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Emma here. Thanks so much for joining me. We're going to get started in a child's pose today. Come towards the back edge of your mat, bring your knees out wide and forehead down. Outstretch your arms. If it feels better, you could bring your knees together and arms down by your side. If this doesn't feel good, find a comfortable seat or lie flat on your belly instead in crocodile pose. Empty your lungs completely and then pull a nice deep breath into the base of your belly. Expand your ribs outwards into your thighs and then exhale, push your tailbone back towards your heels. Take a deep breath in, fill up lower back, middle back, upper back between the shoulders. And then a big exhale, sinking your hips back. Push all that air out. And again, breathing deeply. You're filling up your entire torso, 360 degrees. And then emptying completely. No air left over. Let's bridge up onto the fingertips, hollow out your armpits. Notice if there's an arch in your back and pull your bottom ribs in. Keep sinking your hips back. Breathe between your ribs, lengthen your sides. Walk the hands over to the right. Let's go right hand reaching back towards the back of the mat behind you. Palm down, thumb out. And think about reaching the hands away from each other, creating more space between your right fingertips and your left fingertips. Drop your left armpit a little bit. Start to find a little bit more action with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then crawl your hands all the way over to the left. Left hand will walk back towards the back of your mat. Palm down, thumb out. Reach your left fingers and right fingers away from each other. Notice if your right outer armpit is lifting up. Try to sink that down. Right rib is down. Last two. And one. Walk your hands back to center. We'll slide all the way up to a tabletop, bumping it. Let's go knees all the way together to start. Knees together, feet together. Start to take some big hip circles with your right leg. Get some of those pops and cracks out of the way. Hopefully that's not just me. Go both directions. And then we'll extend the right leg back, put your toes down, push your weight backwards, stretch your calf muscle. The shoulders are likely behind the wrists here. Keep looking between your thumbs, lift the back of your skull. Draw your navel up and in. Spin your left shin to the left, right foot flat into modified side plank. Take some big circles at the right shoulder joint here. Firm down the outer edge of your right foot. And we'll pause with the right arm extended, palm down or pinky down. Pull your bottom ribs in, your belly button towards your spine. Draw your left shoulder back. You'll bridge up, reach your right arm up, prop up onto your left fingertips. Use your core strength to pull yourself up to a gate pose. Walk your right hand down your right shin. Reach your left arm up and over, or left hand behind your skull, pointing your elbow towards the ceiling. Keep pushing your hips forward and breathe into your left side for 3, 2, and then we'll cartwheel the hands to the front of the mat. Roll onto your right toes. Send your left leg up and back towards 3-leg downward dog. Push into your palms. Drive your right heel towards the ground. You're going to walk the hands all the way back towards the right foot into a standing splits. The more you keep your hands forward, the less sensation you feel. The more you walk your hands back, it's going to be a bigger hamstring stretch on that right leg. You could even bend your left knee, stack your hips open like we sometimes do in down dog. And then we'll step the left foot behind the right foot, crisscross your ankles, maybe a little bend in the knees, crawl your hands over to the right. Draw your left outer hip back and feel a nice stretch in your left IT band. Walk your hands back to center, uncross your feet, and wiggle your feet out nice and wide, mat width. Bend your knees at least a little bit. Grab your elbows or clasp your hands behind your head. Tip your weight slightly forward, squeeze the front of your legs. Relax your neck. If it feels good, you could sway side to side, shake your head out. Shift your weight right and left. Then we'll release the arms. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Keeping your feet wide, walk yourself up to plank. Keeping the feet wide, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Squeeze your lower abdomen. Imagine drawing your hands back. We'll slowly lower all the way down to our belly. The feet can stay wide here. Tops of the feet down, take your hands off the mat, about 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Bridge up onto your fingertips and inhale, roll your chest up like a wave. Exhale, nice and slow, back down. Inhale, roll up. And exhale, down. Last two. Last one. You'll keep your legs wide, but walk your hands in so the palms are in line with your ribs. Inhale, roll up towards like a cobra variation. Look back over your right shoulder and your left shoulder. As you come back through center, the knees will stay wide, but the feet will come together, child's pose. Notice a little more space or ease since that first child's pose here. Breathe into the back of your throat, Ujjayi breath. Shift forward, tabletop. Bring your knees together and feet together. Start with some big hip circles in your left leg. Try to keep your weight even in your palms, and then switch directions. Left leg behind you, toes down, push your weight backwards. Try not to drop your head here, keep your spine neutral, draw your navel up and in. Spin your right shin to the right, left foot flat into modified side plank. Big shoulder circles with your left arm. Pause with your left arm extended, palm down or pinky down. Feel the top left hip rolling forward, firm down the outer edge of the foot for 3, 2, 1. Left arm reach up, bridge up onto your fingertips. Use your left obliques to pull yourself up to a gate pose. Left hand to the left shin, right arm reaching. Maybe right hand behind the skull, elbow to the ceiling. Nudge your hips a little forward and breathe here for 3, 2, and then cartwheel your hands towards the front of your mat. Roll onto your left toes. Send your right leg high behind you. We'll start to walk the hands back towards the left foot. The further you go, the more intense the stretch will be. Relax your neck. If you like, you could even bend your right knee, stack your hips open for a little bit of a different sensation here. Crisscross your right foot behind your left foot. Option to bend the knees or use blocks. Walk your hands to the left. Draw your outer right hip back and breathe down your right side. Walk your hands back to center, unravel your feet, step them out nice and wide. This time we'll spin the heels in and the toes out for a yogi squat. Feel free to shift around a little bit here, wiggle side to side. I like to take the hand to the thigh and kind of push away. Almost like you might in a crooked monkey or crooked lizard pose. We'll go ahead and lift the hips up. Wiggle your feet in hip distance this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk yourself out to a plank pose. Dome your upper back, spread your shoulder blades, shift forward and drop your knees. Lower your chest and chin to the ground, hug your elbows in. Slide yourself through to cobra pose, active legs. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Hands shoulder width or a little wider, feet hip distance. You can pedal your legs here if you need, or put a micro bend into the knees. Drive your heels towards the ground, they don't have to touch. Squeeze your quadriceps onto your thigh bones. It's like the muscles are hugging the bone. And lift your heels. Feel a nice stretch on the bottoms of your feet, maybe even bend your knees here. And then re-straighten your legs, tippy toes, walk all the way up to the front. Your feet can be touching or hip distance. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach both arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then hands to your side. Inhale, reach both arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step your left foot back. Drop your left knee, reach both arms up. Interlace your hands behind your head. Lift the back of your skull and crunch over to the right side. Feel the right ribs draw back. Drive your right heel down and back. Feel the inner thighs pulling towards the midline. You can stay there, float your right fingers to the ground or a block for 3. Left elbow to the sky, 2. And 1. Half splits pose. Straighten your right leg, flex your toes. You might bump your heel more forward or even grab the toes to help assist and get more of a calf stretch. Pull your sternum forward for 3. 2. And 1. We'll rebend the right knee, bump both hands forward, standing L. Try to square your hips by rolling your outer left hip down. If you need to put a bend in your standing leg, go for it. Feel a little cobra or up dog in your chest as you pull your sternum forward. Inhale. And exhale, step your left foot to meet your right foot, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. Exhale, cactus, bend your arms, open your chest, lean back. Think sternum towards the ceiling or the sky. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step your right foot back and drop your knee. Reach both arms up. Anjane B, low lunge. Interlace hands behind head, inhale. Exhale, take a crunch to the left. Really press down with the top of your right foot and right shin bone. Feel your left hip and femur bone dragging back. Stay there or float your left fingers to the ground or a block for 3. Feel a slight twist to the left, 2. And 1, half splits. Try to sink your left hip down and a little to the right. Lengthen out your spine, your neck. Last 2. And 1. Standing L, bump the fingers forward, ground or blocks. Outer right hip rolling down. Try to create more space between your left hip and left ribs. Left foot steps to meet right foot, forward fold. Inhale, rise, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, cactus, bend your arms and curl back. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, right foot, left foot, or jump. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog, active legs. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Heels might bump out slightly. Press down inner palm, hollow out your armpits. So instead of dumping the chest or the head towards the ground, actually kind of feel your sternum pull forward towards the front of your mat. That way you're taking some arching out of the lower back, potentially. One more breath. Lift your heels, look forward, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half. Step back, left foot, right foot, or jump and lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. If your heels touch the ground, get a little lighter in your toes. Feel the sensation of splitting your mat in half. Feet pushing back, hands pushing forward. Lift your heels, look forward, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Interlace your hands behind your head and crunch over to the right. Draw your front ribs in and your belly button back. Squeeze your legs. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Nudge your hips a little to the right. Lean your skull back into your hands. Back to center. Keep your hands there and lean back. Think elbows wide, cradling the back of your skull. Stand back up, reach up. Bend your knees and sweep your arms back. As you lift your heels, reach your arms up and then start to lower your butt towards your heels into a toe stand. You can keep the arms reaching up. You could grab opposite elbows or you could bring your hands to your heart. Pull your ribs down towards your hips. Hug your ankle bones in. And then feel free to use your hands for support. You're going to drop your butt back into Navasana boat pose. Shins can be parallel with the ground or legs can be straight. Straighten your spine, lift your sternum, plug your upper arm bones back. Breathe here, squeeze your low belly. You've got 3, 2. Grab the backs of your legs, rock up and down your spine. 3. Get some momentum. 2. Option to take Bakasana as you cross your ankles, plant your hands in front of you. Maybe the ankles even remain crossed as you bring your knees towards your armpits for a cross ankle Bakasana. Otherwise, feet can be together. You can always skip this and step or jump back to plank. If you're going for that arm balance, look forward, grip with your finger pads for 3. Squeeze low belly, inner thighs. 2. Step or jump your feet back, Vinyasa. Inhale up and exhale back to down dog. Take a cleansing breath in and out. Without lifting your right leg, step your right foot to your right thumb, spin your back foot flat and rise warrior 1. Pull your ribs together, plug your right hip back. Take a breath in, look up, bend your right knee more. Exhale, skandasana at the back of your mat. Deeply bend your left knee. You can widen your stance a little bit. Sorry, that was my heel squeaking on the mat. If this doesn't feel good, you can always take a side lunge, both feet flat, hands on the ground. Either way, you're deeply bending your left knee. On your next inhale, 2 straight legs like a halfway lift. Use your exhale to crawl your hands to the front of your mat. Inhale, standing L pose, fingers to blocks or the ground. Again, square your hips, and on your exhale, take a Shiva squat, left knee to your right calf. See how low you can sit into that right leg, hug your left heel to your butt. Float your hands to your heart center, keep your gaze on one spot. Shoot your left foot back and open up to a warrior 2. Take your time setting up your feet. Right heel lines up with the left arch. Reach your hands away from each other. Breath in, reverse warrior. And breath out, windmill your hands to the mat. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Without lifting your leg first, step your left foot to your left thumb, rise up, warrior one. Bend your left knee a little more, but plug your outer left hip back. Take a breath in, look up. Exhale, pivot, skandasana or side lunge, right knee bending. Again, feel free to use your hands for support. Try to avoid rounding your back here. Lift your sternum, push your low back in. Next, inhale, like a half lift, 2 straight legs, the feet are flat on the mat. Exhale, you'll walk around to the front runner. Push off your back foot, standing L, square your hips, feel a slight twist to the left. And then find Shiva squat, right knee to the left calf. I like to point the right toes here, hug your right heel to your butt, float your hands to your heart center so all the weight is in your left leg. Shoot your right foot back and open up to warrior two. Feel free to adjust your feet. You're not stuck where you land. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Take a breath in, reverse. And then windmill your hands to your mat and step back, Vinyasa. Inhale up. And exhale back, down dog. Without lifting your leg, right foot step forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, skandasana or side lunge at the back. Inhale, half lift, straight legs. Exhale to the front runner. Inhale, standing L. Exhale, Shiva squat. Use the inhale to draw your hands to your heart. Exhale, step back, warrior two. We're gonna add on. Inhale, breath, reverse. Exhale, breath, side angle. Pause here, press down with the outer edge of your left foot. You can extend your top arm or keep it reaching up. Next, inhale, 2 straight legs, reverse triangle, high five the space behind you. And windmill your hands to the mat, step back, Vinyasa. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot directly forward, rise, warrior one. Exhale, skandasana or side lunge at the back. 2 straight legs like a half lift. Exhale, runner at the front. Inhale, standing L. Exhale, Shiva squat. Use the inhale to draw your hands to your heart. Exhale, step back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle and pause. Push your left knee to the left. Firm down the outside edge of your right foot and pull your front ribs in. Your right arm can reach directly up or extending with the palm or pinky down. 2 straight legs, reverse triangle. And windmill your hands to the ground, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Last time, adding on a little more. Right foot step up, come up, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, skandasana, side lunge at the back. Straight legs, half lift. Runner at the front. Standing L. Shiva squat. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, step back, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Reverse triangle. Exhale to triangle and pause there. Hand to shin, hand to block. Stack your spine over your front leg and squeeze your quadriceps. Feel your kneecaps lift up. Stay there or extend your top arm for a little bit more. Draw your right shoulder back for 3, 2, Left arm reach up, half moon pose. Bump your right hand forward, mat or block. Keep your hips stacked and your right toes pointing to the front of your mat. If you want a real challenge here, try to float your right fingers off the ground. Squeeze your legs for 3. For 2. Shiva squat, left hand down, tap your left knee to your right calf like we did earlier in the sequence. Now you're going to shoot your left foot back and drop your knee. Wiggle your right foot out for crooked monkey pose or crooked lizard pose. Right hand to the right thigh, slight twist to the right. Option for the right hand to reach back for the left foot here. Sink your hip points towards the front of your mat. Open your chest for 3. 2. Release the back foot if you have it. Tuck your back toes. You're going to roll to the outer edge of your left foot, either a horizon lunge, right foot stays in front of you, or step your right foot behind you for wild thing. Either way, you're firming down the outer edge of your left foot. You have a strong left side, almost like side plank. Nice big breath in. And then exhale, flip it around, chaturanga. Try to gaze forward as you lower. Squeeze your thighs as you back bend. Downward facing dog. Left side, step your left foot up. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, skandasana or side lunge at the back. Half lift, 2 straight legs. Runner at the back. Standing L, inhale. Shiva squat, exhale. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, step back, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Straight legs, reverse triangle. Next up, triangle and pause there. Lengthen out through both sides of your waist. Notice if you're arching your back, squeeze your abdomen, pull your front ribs in. Make space across your chest and your shoulder blades. Option to extend your top arm. Keep firming your thighs for 3. 2. Right arm reach up, half moon pose. Feel free to grab a block. Just try not to let the left toes change direction. Engage your right leg as much as your left leg. If you want to challenge, try to float your left fingers from the ground for 3. 2. Hands down, Shiva squats. Shoot your right foot back and drop your knee. Wiggle your left foot out for crooked monkey or crooked lizard pose. Left hand to the thigh or reaching for your back foot. Draw your right shoulder back. Release the back foot if you've got it. Tuck your back toes, roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Your left foot can stay in front of you in a horizon lunge, or you can step your left foot behind you for a wild thing. Either way, think side plank with your right leg. Right shoulder over the wrist for 3. 2. And slow flip around. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, last time, cobra, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. We'll drop down to the knees for a camel pose. Usually we do back bends on our back. We're just going to go 2 rounds of camel. Hands to low back. Move tailbone down, lift your sternum, lean back. Maybe on this first one, you like to keep your hands there. Try not to take the hips with you. Spread your collarbones apart. Press down with your shins. 3. 2. And 1. Sit up and then take a seat back on your heels. Pause there for a moment. Now another way you can get to camel pose is from your seat, you can grab onto your heels, the thumbs are out. This is definitely more intense, so if you're not used to it, you can watch first or get in the way that we usually do from a high kneeling position. Otherwise, if you're grabbing your heels, you're just gonna lift your hips, start to push them forward, lift your sternum towards the sky. Nudge your hips towards the front edge of your mat, drop your head back for 3, 2, and 1. Lift yourself up, place your hands on the mat and round your back cat. And then you'll cross your ankles, sit your butt back into a seat. Inhale, reach both arms up, your ankles are crossed in Sukhasana, easy seat. Take a seated twist to your right. So I have so many videos on my channel, and I do things pretty traditionally, usually back bends on our back, counter poses, supine twist. Inhale, reach your arms up. Take a twist to the left. So I'm trying to kind of get creative with the ways I put things together to not have the intros and the outros be the exact same. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to take a seated meditation today. If you prefer to lie down on your back in Shavasana, you are always welcome to do that. Otherwise, go ahead and rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Feel free to sit on a block or a bolster. Imagine one vertebrae stacking on top of the next, but relaxing your shoulders. Feel a little lift through the crown of your head with every inhale. Your shoulders melting down your spine with every exhale. If you notice your mind starts to wander, just come back to the points of contact you have with the ground. Can you shift your weight to a more even, aligned position? Can you soften your facial features? Follow the breath without controlling it. And see if you can keep your mind within the boundaries of your mat for these final few moments. Slowly start to bring your awareness back. If you're on your back, just bring gentle movements in, eventually stretching your arms overhead and rolling to one side. We'll all end up meeting in a comfortable seated position, eyes closed, take your time. Draw your hands to your heart center. Take a moment to honor yourself, your body, your practice, the time you carved out of your schedule to be on your mat today. Take a breath in, exhale. It's an honor to guide you through your practice. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thanks for choosing to practice with me. I hope you enjoyed this one. Give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and I will see you back next week. Thanks for practicing.